Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about this tweet right here from Marlon, which basically says that he believes that the Rivals 2 dev team design philosophy is they nerf all of the moves until you only have really 2 or 3 moves plus a grab that you can throw out in neutral, and that's what defines the top tier characters in this game. Now, there's a lot of ways that you can interpret this, but the correct way to interpret this is that you should not be using more than 3 moves in Rivals of Aether 2. In no circumstance should you ever be trying 4, 5, 6 moves. No, you gotta stick to your 2 or 3, and in today's video, I am going to be telling you which of those moves are safe for neutral and which ones are not. So, starting off with Loxodont, and the biggest piece of advice I can give to Loxodont players is if you are moving around in neutral with this character, you're unfortunately not playing him correctly. Loxodont's kind of like a Balloons tower defense character where he's just kind of set up in one spot and just kind of deny anything that comes into his zone. You're going to have neutral special as one of your moves. It's a very active projectile that the opponent can hit back, yes, but you also have full control over. You are able to pressure with it. Now, again, pressure if you wanted to move as the Loxodont player, which again, you can, but I just really would not recommend it. What I would recommend is getting under this platform right here, or any platform for that matter, and elected to go for jab and up tilt. And those are going to be your 2 core neutral moves for Loxodont. Anyone's running at you? No, they're not. You just jab them, confirms into F tilt or down tilt, something along those lines. What's that? They're coming from the air? Actually, not anymore. They're not. Massive up tilt anti-air hitbox, scooping them out at lower percents as well. You can get jab, actually, if they don't die correctly, but you can get jab 1 to confirm into up tilt. The magma ball you can confirm off of as well. Loxodont is the best stationary character I've ever seen in a fighting game, and he's also the only one. Next up is going to be Orcane, and his big moves are going to be neutral special, down B, and neutral air. And really what I'm saying here is that neutral air is the only move that you want to ever use as Orcane. And that's not even just in neutral. In the advantage state, edge guarding, disadvantage state, get off me tool, offensive tool. Like, if you want to pressure someone with any move, it's going to be with neutral air. Basically, if you want to get good at Orcane, I'd recommend that 80 to 90% of your gameplay is going to be neutral air, and then you've got like a 10 to 5% range for using down B and neutral special, and then you're gonna have that, I guess, other 5% room just for air if you accidentally misinput like an up tilt or a back air, God forbid. So yeah, Orcane, make sure you're neutral airing. If you're doing anything else, you're doing it wrong. Next up is going to be Ranno, and me personally, if I was giving you advice just coming from me, I would tell you that you should probably just be forward airing with this character because, you know, it literally does everything. It's going to act as a spike, it's going to act as a combo tool, it's going to act as a juggling tool as well. If you're hitting the weak hitbox on it, it's probably your best edge guarding tool. Basically, it's a really, really nice tool for Ranno, but I should say that you could make arguments for using side B and neutral special. In neutral, it does give you extra movement. Neutral special is a pretty good projectile. It's nice to have a command grab from far away. Even in the air, people don't expect it. But why would you ever do any of that when you could just forward air people over and over and over again? So, me personally, I would recommend that you just forward air. Don't do anything else ever. Just keep on forward airing. But if you really wanted to, you could try to incorporate stuff like neutral special, stuff like side B. I think it's a little bit overkill, but again, it's really up to you at the end of the day. Next up is going to be Wrastor. The first of his best moves is definitely going to be side B. This move literally just makes your neutral better. So, of course, when we're talking about moves to use in neutral, it's going to be this one. But it's also just a nice projectile that you're able to pressure off of. You get that speed boost as well. People are off stage. You can just clip their jump, put them in a really bad spot. So, side B is definitely going to be the first one. The next one is going to be dash attack. Dash attack is such an insane tool for Wrastor. It's a lot better when you're able to take it off stage because you're able to then combo it into something like, I don't know, Scraw, which you can still combo out of dash attack, which is a horrible decision. I just gotta say that right now. Dash attack comboing the Scraw should not do that, but it does do that, and that's very strong for Wrastor. And the other main tool that you're going to have in your neutral is going to be actually down strong. And this may be a little bit surprising, but hear me out here, Wrastor players. Down strong is actually his best move. It has a negative end lag on shield, and that's actually true. You can look that up. You can combo it into itself. One of the only moves in the game that you can combo into itself are the upwards of, 66% at this point. We're absolutely going nuclear. Off stage, it's the best edge guarding tool. You're able to delay it a little bit as well, and it does hit fairly hard if you do ever have have the misfortune of being hit by it. So wrastor down strong, easily one of his best tools in neutral. The second you see someone shield, you drop that down strong. You can choose to disengage. You can go for another down strong. You can go for a third down strong. Really, there's no risk there as the wrastor player. And then outside of that, you should be always having neutral special down and then always dash attacking. If they don't have their shield up, go for a dash attack. If they have their shield up, go for a down strong. And if neutral special isn't down, or rather side special, get that down now. Next up is going to be Kragg, and his big moves are going to be neutral special, side B, and neutral air. And side B is one just because not only is it a very nice movement tool, but also if you don't really get the full implications of side B, you're not fully utilizing this move. If you start doing that, your Kragg will immediately be taken to the next level. The way it works is that you can immediately jump out of it if you manage to hit somebody with it. So you can confirm it into a down air, you can confirm it into a wave cancel, into a down smash, or an up smash even works as well. You can confirm it into a neutral special. Anything that you want as the Kragg player, you can confirm it into. You have armor on it as well, so it's a nice call out tool. It's just really strong for Kragg. Then, of course, you're also going to have neutral special, which is, in my opinion, the best move in this game. You just get so much use out of it at literally all percent windows. At the lowest percent, it's going to be an amazing combo tool. At the highest percent, it's straight up a kill tool. And at those mid percents, it is going to be a kill confirm tool, comboing into something like a down air or comboing into a down B. It's just such an amazing tool for him. And then finally for Kragg, you're going to have neutral air, which is just probably his best, not probably, it's his best get off me tool. Covers all around him. Nice to do out of shield. Combos very nice as well, just popping the opponent right up in the air if you hit the right hitbox, or right in front of Kragg, which will still confirm into something nice like a forward air or a down air, depending on the percent. So there you have it for Kragg. Make sure you use a ton of neutral special. This is literally his best move, maybe the best move in the entire game. Get some value out of side B. This is how you take your Kragg to the next level. And be nairing, you should be fine. Next up is going to be Fleet, and she's going to be your predominant projectile character of this game. So because of that, you got to be playing in that projectile style, and that's why I would recommend that her 3 moves should be up B as an amazing movement tool. If you can master this, you can take your Fleet to the next level, especially with incorporating float as well. But the main offensive tools are down B and side B. Your goal as the Fleet player is to ensure that no one can close that gap on you, no one can get a hit, and you are going to be tit for tatting your opponents until they are no longer. Yeah, you could try to approach your opponents with nair or forward air, maybe juggle them off stage, something stupid like that. But why would you ever do that when you could just throw out a side B and wait to see if it hits? Wait to see if that side B is going to get some action. It looks like it is. All right, I'm going to go in there. It didn't even get action that time. But you get the point that I'm trying to say here. You should never, ever as Fleet be throwing out an aerial or a tilt, really just anything that is not a projectile, because you're the projectile character for this game. You got to be putting space between you and your opponent, and down B and side B are by far your best tools at doing that. Up B is going to make it so your neutral is good enough that you're able to get away with this as well, and up B itself also has a pretty massive hitbox as well. I'm having trouble showcasing it here, but if you do manage to hit people, it is a fairly strong thing, so it's not like people can just intercept you for free when you are electing to go for those ledge cancels. So if you want to take your Fleet neutral to the next level, just spam the absolute shit out of those projectiles and you will be golden. Next up is going to be Maypul, and her best moves are going to be down strong, down B, and side B. Because why would you ever, as a Maypul player, do anything else when you could just wrap people combo over and over again? And my tech chasing isn't the best, so it's a little bit weak here. They might not be true, but you get the point that I'm trying to paint here. There's no sense of doing anything else in neutral except samming that down strong when they have the wrap applied, because once the wrap is applied, you just go for tech chase central, and it is actually over for them. So applying wrap as Maypul, most important thing you can do, spam that down strong in the neutral. And yeah, you might see other people going for I don't know, F tilt in neutral as a Maypul player, trying to catch people off guard, anti-airing with up air, up tilt. Just that kind of garbage is behind you. That is beginner level Maypul stuff. You want to take it to the next level. You're doing wrap combos, and you're doing wrap combos only. Next up is zetterburn, and his best moves are going to be back air, down air, and of course, shine. You could actually just use shine in neutral with this character and probably be better than most people who play this game if you can consistently wave cancel out of it. And that's not, there's no but coming. There's no but coming. You actually could just use shine and be very successful with this character. But down air pops people up into really nice positions, gets you perfect combos into stuff like an up air or even forward air, neutral air, another shine, really whatever you want. Back air as well, pretty much the same thing, combos into itself, and then of course ends into an up strong, so it's going to be a really solid kill confirm, as well as just a tool to throw out in neutral. But really, if you want to be playing neutral correctly with this character, your neutral's going to look, something like this, and really nothing more complicated. Like, maybe you want to throw a side B there, but honestly, that's a little too avant-garde, in my opinion. I would just stick to the shine. So, zetterburn, press B. Anything else, like down air, stack air, they're good decisions, but are they the best decision? I don't know. Next up is going to be Clairen, and Clairen's actually going to be the first character in this video in the entire game that has more than 3 tools you can actually throw out in neutral. She has up to 4 tools she can throw out in neutral. One of them that is definitely a tool is going to be Jab. Not only is it just a really nice poking tool, but if you manage to get that tipper on it, then you're going to get a very nice combo. Well, I didn't right there, but you could have gotten a very nice combo, which is super great for Clairen. The other one that's obvious is back air. It's going to be her best walling tool. It's just so hard to get in against a Clairen who is just spamming back airs. Even if it's like double jump back air, just creating a wall like this. They did nerf it slightly, so the lower hitbox isn't as good, but still, you can chain this move into itself. It's very, very strong. And the final 2 moves for Clairen, it really comes down to how you want to play Clairen. If you want to be more of an active playstyle, think about what you're doing. You can go for a down air, and down air is super lethal. It combos into a ton of stuff for Clairen. Pops people up in the air if you don't get the tipper as well. Covers a ton of space, and the hitbox on it is massive, so you're able to have a ton of mix-up when you do hit someone's shield. And the other move for Clairen is going to be up tilt. This is if you want to kind of adopt the sedentary loxodont style of play, where you just sit under the platform. You can just wait for them to come at you, up tilt if they get too close from above, jab if they get too close from near. If you want to just say, hey, you're getting too much pressure on me, I want you to get away from me, you can go with the wall of back airs, force them to back up. Or if you want to be a little bit more aggressive as the Clairen player, you can elect to go for the down air. Me personally, I think the pet sedentary loxodont style is the better one. Keep spamming that up tilt, but at the end of the day, it's up to you. And our final character is going to be forsburn. Your main move is, of course, going to be neutral special, putting that smoke up. Your second move is going to be the clone, because you can just send him in to fight the opponent. Like, why would you, the forsburn player, ever take an engagement when you could just send in the little trooper? And then the final one is going to be back air. I mean, if you've ever watched a Cake Assault set, that's like actually 90% of what he does, and mainly that's because he's good at the game. But both the sour spot and the sweet spot of this move have value. At lower percents, the sweet spot is just straight up going to combo, and then at those higher percents, your sour spot is going to act as the combo tool. So for forsburn, you never ever want to engage with the opponent, want to be setting up that smoke. Use side B, send in your little soldier. But of course, if you can't have that, all other options gone, you can elect to throw out back air in neutral. Get your hands a little bit dirty, but it's a pretty solid move. Next up is going to be Etalus, and his 3 moves are dash attack, up B, and neutral air. And unlike Orcane, where you should really only be nairing in any scenario, this is a character where you're actually going to get value out of all 3 of your moves. So you're going to have your neutral move with dash attack. Even without ice on the ground, you just get so much momentum. Keep it when you jump as well. So that's obviously very nice. You're going to have up B, which is going to be your best way of applying ice, because for some reason, you still get put into special fall, or whatever you call it, when they parry the side B projectile. So just never, ever use that move. And if someone's up close and personal, then you can elect to go forward and up. You can immediately wave cancel it, God, as well. So you can just combo out of it, which is very nice. And then, of course, you are going to have neutral air. And if anyone's just kind of like in your zone, as Etalus, neutral air is just a great... Actually, you're not in my zone for much longer. And depending on how they DI, it's going to either perfectly combo into an up air or perfectly combo into a forward air. So yeah, for Etalus, he actually has 3 moves in neutral. Like, this video is a bit, I don't know if you could tell, but he actually just has 3 moves in neutral that you should be throwing out, and that's how they operate. And there you have it. Those are going to be the 3 moves that you're able to use in neutral with every single character in Rivals of Aether 2. Remember, if you're in neutral and you're using another one of those moves, it is specifically to your detriment. You should only be using the tools that I have discussed. Maybe you disagree on 1 or 2 of them, and if you do, leave a comment down below. I'd be sure to talk to you, just discuss it. But the takeaway here should be, make sure you're using 1, 2, maybe 3 moves in Rivals neutral at max. If you have any mix-up, any variety at all, you are going to lose. Use code ProofBlock, make sure to sub, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.